A lot of anger in the country over a grand jury's decision in the Breonna Taylor case that has left 2 Louisville police officers in the hospital. They were shot last night during the protest. That is not okay after 2 officers involved in Taylor's death were not charged. Now, the shootings marred what had been a largely peaceful demonstration of outrage in a city where a state of emergency had been declared in advance.
Other protests across the country remained peaceful, with thousands marching for change late into the night. All of this renews the call for accountability in how police deal with Black Americans. Our national correspondent Jerika Duncan is in Louisville. Jerika, let's start with that shooting last night, which threatens to undermine that message. What do we do now?
Well, you know, as far as those officers are concerned, they were transported to a local hospital with what appears to be non-life-threatening injuries. But as you mentioned at the top of the show, this is coming at a time when you have a city that is still grappling with the death of Breonna Taylor, and the news, the words from the state's attorney general that the officers who killed her were justified.
Officer down, right there. Officer down.
It was a frantic scene around 8:30 last night after 2 Louisville police officers were shot. Interim Police Chief Robert Schroeder says a suspect is in custody.
One is in alert and stable. The other officer is currently undergoing surgery and stable.
Although protests started peacefully, some people set trash cans on fire. Around 100 people were arrested. The protest came after months of waiting for a decision in the killing of Breonna Taylor. Former Louisville detective Brett Hankison was indicted for his alleged conduct, but not related to Taylor's death. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron.
The grand jury voted to return an indictment against Detective Hankison for 3 counts of wanton endangerment for wantonly placing the 3 individuals in apartment 3 in danger.
Hankison was arrested and released on bail. The grand jury concluded that he wildly fired 10 shots and endangered the lives of a pregnant woman, a child, and a man who were in an apartment next to Taylor's. Officers Jonathan Mattingly and Miles Cosgrove, who the FBI says fired the fatal shot, will not face state criminal charges.
The use of force by Mattingly and Cosgrove was justified to protect themselves. This justification bars us from pursuing criminal charges in Miss Breonna Taylor's death.
Taylor was killed on March 13th as police executed a search warrant for drugs and money. Neither were found. Her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, says he believed the police were intruders, so he fired a single shot which hit Mattingly in the thigh. Police returned fire. 6 bullets hit Taylor.
Did somebody kick in the door and shot my girlfriend?
Walker has maintained police did not identify themselves before they used a battering ram on the door. Cameron said the officers did knock and announce.
That information was corroborated by another witness.
Law professor Colin Miller has worked with Taylor's family. He says he believes the grand jury did not hear all of the evidence.
And we have several witness accounts from neighboring apartments, the neighbors saying, "We never heard the police knock and announce."
Taylor's family attorney Ben Crump called the decision to not charge any officer in Taylor's death outrageous and offensive.
It continues to disrespect the Black women that have permeated in American society since they first brought us here in 1619.
The FBI is also conducting a separate investigation looking into whether or not police legally obtained that search warrant. And that's not all. Hankison is also being investigated by an FBI-led task force for allegations of sexual assault unrelated to the Breonna Taylor case. Gail?
All right, Shalom. Call all Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Ruel, peace and salutations to you, brothers and hope elect out there pushing his word in truth and sincerity. And you few sisters that watch, Shalom to you. This video is going to be Black Lives Don't Matter. Jake, when will you wake up and realize Black Lives don't matter? All right? Because Black lives, so-called, Black lives, they don't matter. And they never have mattered. So I'm trying to understand what's the logic, which I do get it. What's the logic in asking your enemy to treat you fairly? That doesn't make any sense. But, in the wake of that, the decision made on the Breonna Taylor incident, or shooting. But our people are constantly shot down in the streets, and the Most High is constantly casting judgment upon our people, and our people still don't get it. They just do not get it. That this is for you to turn back to them, the Father. All right? And by them doing that, they're starting bringing about these race wars, these riots, these uproars of the people, all these different things. I'm gonna get that in Second Ezra real quick. Oh, I already got it. This Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And that's right. They do not care for the mayors, the governors, the presidents, the senates, all those in high-ranking officials. They don't care about that. As sedition is basically rebellion against the government. So, and this is just on a smaller scale. It's gonna get larger and larger. It's gonna be much more sedition, much more insurrections, much more. We're just in the beginning stages of it. All right. Let me get Psalms. This is Psalm chapter 44, verse 22. It says, "Yea, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter." And our people are constantly killed all the time, as if we are sheep to the slaughter. But the reason being for that is we're under the curses. When we broke our covenant with the Heavenly Father, it brought upon us these curses. And whenever Jake realizes that's the reason why we go through what we're going through. This is Deuteronomy 28, starting at verse 64. It says, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." And we taking on all the custom of Babylon here. We've been scattered, and we serving all their gods. "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease." And we're not at ease. "Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind." We have no ease. We have no rest. What it says, this is not our rest. Arise and depart, for it's the polluted. We can't prosper in anything. Verse 66. "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life." And we really do not have assurance of our lives. And, because we get pulled over by the police, we kind of wonder if things was going to happen, if things going to go south. You could be driving in traffic and you have some bugged out Edomite just decide to just hit you, or, just crazy stuff. Or you could be in the store and the spirit come up on someone, just want to go and shoot it up because they mad at something. It's just, we literally do not have assurance of our life here in this kingdom. That's why this is not our rest. All right. That's why we got to get out of here. Deuteronomy 28:29. And thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. No matter what we put our hand to, it's not going to prosper. That's why even these celebrities, when they get their status, they get their money, they pierce themselves through with many sorrow because they love that money. All right, it comes at a price. Anything that you do dealing with Esau and coming up on a certain level, dealing with Esau is gonna come with a price, and it's gonna be a negative price. It ain't gonna be nothing good, you know. So that's why you never gonna prosper, and what you think is prospering, you're still not prospering. And we're always oppressed in every way, shape, form, and fashion of our life, and spoiled. Meaning everything, they take everything from us. You know, we build and they dwell. You know, we plant and they reap what we planted. They reap the benefits of it. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 4. Verse 22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And our people literally do not care for the Most High. All right? I'm going to look at that word sottish. It says fool, so-called. Fool. All right? Our people are foolish. You know, you got our people that don't believe there is a God. Some there is a God. I mean, so like they don't believe there's a God. Some believe there is a God. Some, I don't believe in God. I just believe in a higher power. I believe in the universe. You know, it's like, what? But yeah, our people are foolish, literally, and have no understanding. To do evil, they wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. And that is a very true statement. And you want to know why? Because our people reject knowledge, as in Hosea 4:6. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that. Let's see. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We are a destroyed people. I'm talking about we destroyed all the way around. We are through, literally. But my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, and I be rejected. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. And our people literally reject knowledge. They reject the Most High. Think about the apostles, the prophets, the teachers, all out on the highways and byways, highways and hedges, all on YouTube, social media, everywhere. And they either walk by, they walk by and just don't pay attention. They fan their hand or they scoff, just whatever. Our people just reject it. You know, the Most High is literally reaching his hand out to our people as a whole, and they're knocking his hand away. All right, because they trust in this kingdom. They trust. You know, we telling them, hey, it's a kingdom that's gonna be for you, something better. But they like, nah, I don't want that. You know, how can I get this paper right now? Retarded, freaking retarded. All right, Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not upon the Holy One of Israel, neither do they seek the Lord. They trust in everything that Esau tells them, you know, what's good, you know, what's acceptable, you know, and all that. But they won't trust in the Lord. They won't trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? And last one I want to get is Wisdom of Solomon. It's going to be in Wisdom of Solomon. It's a like you, brothers. Hold on a sec. It's going to be Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, verse 9. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. You trust in the Most High, you trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he's going to lead you to understanding. He's going to lead you to wisdom. You'll understand what's going on and the reason why things are going the way they are. You know, our people constantly march, protest in the street, trying to figure out why they won't accept us and all that craziness, when it's literally, the answer is right here in the scriptures. And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he cared for his elect. All right? The only important people are the elect. That's why we're praying to be of the hopeful elect. We're praying to be selected and hopefully be a part of that number. All right? So, Black lives, Jake, when will you wake up? Black lives don't matter, but the elect lives do matter. All right? Hope you're edified. Shalom.